Flamebreak has multiple pieces from lots of different games, and it works really, really well. It has the fleet creep mechanic from Faster Than Light. It has top-down camera view, Binding of Isaac, as well as random item pickup. It has a skill system that reminds me a little bit of Zelda meeting League of Legends. It has a set building mechanic similar to Diablo 3 or World of Warcraft. And it has unique fights and challenging fights similar to Dark Souls or a bullet hell game. You're constantly dodging everything on the map trying to avoid this amazingly powerful enemy. It's nuts. At the beginning of each of your runs, you pick from 3 randomly generated heroes. Their race, skills, and weapons are all randomly generated. So each race has its one own unique ability. Minotaurs, for instance, charge. Dwarves have kind of a ground stomp AoE. Fairies can teleport. But that's the only thing that's static, is your race has one specific skill. Other than that, you have 2 generated skills that come randomly, as well as a weapon that's generated randomly. So there's a ton of variance each run on what you can and can't do, and it kind of creates this new and unique strategy each run. Each skill feels really powerful as well. I recently unlocked a meteor that takes a little bit to actually cast, but once it's cast, it destroys everything in that area. There's a lot of unique abilities and a lot of abilities that we've seen through other games that all seem to work really well together. Each time that I have 2 new skills together, it's really fun to see how those kind of things work together. Maybe I use a hook and an AoE damage ability, or maybe I'm using a blink after I've already cast my fireball, or maybe it's a stun and a fireball. Those things all seem to be really synergistic. Unique to Flamebreak is a favor system. There are multiple gods in the game, and as you progress through your run, you will gain and lose favor with those gods. Certain items boost favor, and there's also shrines that you can either protect or destroy that will help you with favor. If I destroy a shrine of a god, that my favor with that god is going to go down, and favor with all other gods will go up. If I decide to protect that shrine from its enemies without it taking damage, I will gain lots of favor with that god, but none with the other ones. So it's kind of a balance on what gods you want. And why do you even care? Each god has its own unique ability that at certain favor breakpoints, 10, 20, and 30, you get an increasingly stronger buff or ability from that god for your character. Some gods heal you. One god, Necros, allows you to summon skeletons that will fight with you. So I think that's really interesting. That's a really unique way to play the game, and depending on the skills that you have, you might be trying to gun for specific gods. So just like your favorite Diablo game or World of Warcraft, as you complete sets in this game, you will gain special abilities and special skills that are not available otherwise. They're very, very strong. A complete set bonus can increase your character by hundreds of health, lots of strength, lots of attack, things like that. These bonuses are very strong and something that any player should be trying to gun for. Putting together a specific set, deciding what set you want, really depends on your character loadout and the strategy that you're going to try to attempt, but ultimately you should always be shooting for these sets. Another piece that I love about this game is the shadow system. In Faster Than Light, it was called the Rebel Fleet. Basically, the longer you take in a zone, the more these shadows come and make your life more difficult. Every time you complete an encounter, the shadows move up 1 space. If they ever engulf an area and you move into that area to do the encounter there, you will get no gold as a reward. You will get no items as a reward. And the monsters, in my opinion, seemed like they were a little bit harder. Since I can't hit every single location, I really have to devise a strategy about how I want to be effective on this world. We do get items that will help us with that. We get a Powder of Revealing that lets us buff blacksmiths and merchants, and a few other things lets you see some paths through mountains, as well as a spyglass that will reveal areas that you haven't actually gone to yet. Again, to help you kind of make a game plan for how you're going to handle this world. So the game wouldn't be a roguelite if you didn't die a lot. And you definitely do. You die a shitload in this game. But the nice thing is, you don't lose everything. You gain what's called spirit through the game. So as you level up your spirit levels, and you get spirit levels by killing world bosses, you unlock new races, new skills, and new weapons. And those 3 together takes this game from being interesting into overwhelmingly crazy. With these spirit levels, you can also unlock more difficulties, a custom map mode. You can unlock nightmare mode. There's just an absolute ton that gets unlocked as you just play through the game and keep dying. This all leads to this risk versus reward system, and it makes you keep coming back to thinking about, is it worth it? Is it worth it for me to go here, knowing that I could die now, but if I don't go here, I might not have enough money to complete this set, and I'm going to for sure die this next world. I just love how if I am trying to push myself to the very brink of exhaustion and watching those shadows creep right up to the edge and maximize my time on that map, I know that I'm being rewarded for that. It's hard to see that in other games. In Flamebreak, it definitely rewards you for that. There are 3 difficulty options that I can see, as well as a daily leaderboard for each one of those options. So if you're getting sick of normal, you're amazing, and you're already beating it, then move on to hard mode. That's too easy, then move on to nightmare mode. That's all too easy, start doing your leaderboard stuff and be the fastest person to be able to complete those things. There is just a ton to do. At $9.99, less than $10, this game is an absolute steal. You're going to get at least 50 hours out of it, if not 100. I have paid $60 for games that I've gotten less than 10 hours out of. The Binding of Isaac Rebirth right now is $14.99 as of the time of this recording. So I feel like this game has at least as much depth as that game, and it's at a lower price point. I feel like for a roguelike to be effective and to be a game that I want to keep playing over and over, I need to be able to feel like I'm getting better and better, but not even close to the best. I think that's what makes a lot of games great, is it's easy to learn, but very difficult to master. And I feel like this is going to be one of those games. As I'm playing, I'm trying to learn new strategies with the different skills that I'm given, but every time I play, I have new skills, new weapons, new races, new items, new loot, new places to go, new worlds to visit, and I have to quickly develop a strategy on how I'm going to play this game on the fly, where I'm going to go, the resources I'm going to use, how long I'm going to take, am I going fast enough to fight off the shadow? And then on top of all of that, I have to still kill all these monsters in this bullet hell craziness with shit flying at me and monsters trying to eat my face off. And I love that. I think that's what made Binding of Isaac so great. I think that's what made Faster Than Light so great. And I think that's what's making this game so great. I hope this helped give you guys a better idea of what the game is and why you should be picking it up. Hit like, hit subscribe, and check out our channel for other Let's Plays, highlights, and montages. Thanks.